check. Mic check, 1, 2.
Strange New Worlds photos tease a bizarre puppet-filled adventure. That's right. There is a episode of Star Trek with puppets.
Oh, yay.
Well, you know what they
It
say.
doesn't say Star Trek. It says Strange New World.
If you can't make good content, just put puppets in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to make shitty content, just throw some puppets on the screen. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, look at this, guys. It's representation. We finally got diversity puppets.
Or just tune into this show.
The lithium crystals, Captain, ain't working.
Well, Tucker's not here tonight.
Brain's not working, boss.
The diversity.
Listen, goat.
Before we, Charlie B, I want to get your thoughts first on Star Trek puppets. What do you think?
Well, they finally are appealing to the puppet audience out here. So I, for one, cannot wait to see a full series of puppets in space.
They had one. It's called Pigs in Space on the Muppet Show.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, right.
Movie, you know.
Okay, I'll just go watch that then.
Yeah, go watch that.
It's a lot funnier.
Okay.
It's great.
Yeah.
So here's a little clip for you guys, and maybe.
Wait, is that Black Mama in space?
Yes.
Why isn't she here this week?
Oh my god.
Oh, Jiggity's a puppet now.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, what the hell is that?
Scotty, screw up. Hey, not fear. Wine.
What the fuck is that thing?
I don't know.
What is that?
It's horrifying.
Alien?
I think it's somebody's
like an old
mother-in-law
brown
from
vagina.
some really bad rom-com.
I want it for my pits of hell.
It's like a fucking loofah with eyeballs.
Well, it's like if ramen, you know, yeah.
I'm gonna reserve it for the boss when he gets down to me.
Is that how they grow ramen noodles?
It's like a fucking
This is
net
what
with a
happens when
wig.
the horse has a baby.
I will say, I look like that sometimes when I get my zipper cut in my
How many goddamn words?
Gator.
I don't think I want to know more. Across the ship.
Is this serious? Like, is this really a show?
Yeah,
I have no
they're
idea.
serious.
They sure try really
terrifying.
hard to act like it is. Oh my god.
You know,
going. Good lord.
when Mothman was like a dude and a moth that went into a gene splicer, I at least could believe that enough.
That was the
in
fly.
context.
Look at this bitch. It's got the shaved side of the
I was
head
gonna
there.
say this lesbian hair.
Oh, yes.
Puppet.
Yeah.
That's what she is.
Wow.
Let's
Oh,
name
boy.
that pronoun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I heard she's really good at dodging dicks too.
Yeah.
progressive.
WNBA
Deliberately
material for sure.
dodging them.
Because the actual actress is a lesbian. Yeah.
Progressive puppet.
Of course. Of course
1-to-1
she is.
ratio is very important.
Wow.
Yeah, they couldn't have actual non-lesbians play lesbians. That
Yeah.
would-
I don't even know
representation.
anything about the actors. I don't even watch this show.
So,
Why do you have to have a lesbian in everything?
Hang on, let's
Hey,
watch a
yeah.
little more, guys. Let's watch a little more. This is the best
Remember
part
when
of the show.
lesbians used to be hot?
Charlie,
Yeah,
why do
you
you
too.
hate us?
I love this part. Yeah!
Yeah.
Get him!
Get to rip him up. Hear that motherfucker up.
That's a good boy. That's a good
That's
boy.
a good dog. Good dog.
Good boy.
This
Wow,
is why
that
I
is-
love dogs, but I don't want to be near them.
Gratuitous
Yeah,
violence.
exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Happy
I-
ending, right? Happy
Well,
ending.
the thing
Not even
is,
sensitive.
the thing is about puppets like us. We're not stuffed with that much cotton.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have cotton and we do have foam, but
I have a bit.
Yeah.
Well, let's ask everybody
So,
what they think here. Giggity, what
yeah.
do you think about this Star Trek puppet stuff?
I understand why Spock is there because that's not Star Trek show. Star Trek ended like years ago, right? Just Star Wars did too.
Hell yeah.
Forever ago.
well, I mean,
Yeah,
Star
it's-
Wars did a galaxy long, long ago.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a prequel, and for some reason, a prequel of the same ship as the original series has more modern-looking interior than the original ship. Yeah.
To be fair, the prequels of the Star Wars prequels also didn't quite look as
Yeah,
old as
that's-
they should have.
It's
either.
the
No,
prequel, bro.
that's different.
Audience.
I think that was terrifyingly bad, disgusting, in any way, in any shape or form of the original Star Trek.
Star Trek did
Let's see
die
what-
quite a while ago. They did try to bring it back, but unfortunately, they had a sexual transmitted disease. I mean, Star Trek Discovery.
Right.
Yeah.
The Klingons, they look like Klingon orcs, but they look uglier than orcs. They had that one Asian actress who's a really good actress, but they made her a complete you-know-what. And, of course, they had
she was a her, so yeah.
Yeah. And then there was the black female who was
Michael.
Stereotypically a criminal, but not a criminal. She's the bestest ever, strong black woman power. And all that.
She's a minority and a woman, so obviously.
That's called reparations.
It's just like real life.
Apparently,
she's a minority on Vulcan.
Yeah. So, she's oppressed. Not only is she black, she's also space oppressed because she's a human on Vulcan. So, she gets double oppression points, and Spock's brother, because we had to tie the Mary Sue characters in with the established characters of relevance in lore.
Man, I'm so glad I stopped watching these shows when they were good.
Yeah, people really didn't like that, so the ratings dropped, and they're like, okay, we're gonna have to pivot to something people really like. Then we got Picard, and Picard was okay. It was fun. There were some fun bits. There were some bits.
The first season was shit, dude.
Yeah, first season was kind of shit. I will agree. The second season was okay. Third season was a lot better, but I feel like they ran out of steam. They had like another spin-off show, which I heard didn't really kick off. But they're really trying to push this. What's this show called?
Great Depression?
Strange New Worlds.
Okay, yeah, Strange New Worlds, which are like, hey, you guys remember Spock? Well, remember the Captain Pike character was in the pilot? Yeah, we're gonna use that guy. We're still gonna keep Spock because everyone loves Spock.
You know, Star Trek from the 70s, 80s now be considered cis warp. I don't know.
Wait, I wasn't ready. Shit, I wasn't ready. God damn it.
Cis Porter. It's Cis Porter.
Oh,
Cis Porter?
Oh, yeah. All right, so I think everybody's had their piece on this. I'll just say I'm not a Trekkie. I don't really watch Trek. I haven't watched Trek since Next Generation and the movies.
I do want to add that the Klingons on STD did not follow Klingon traditions. When a Klingon dies and Dr. Crusher asked, what should I do with the body? The Klingon said, do with it as you wish. It is but an empty shell. But on Star Trek Discovery, the entire hull of the ship was covered in Klingon bodies, which shows that they actually want to keep the body, which is anathema to established lore.
That had absolutely nothing to do with this puppet episode, but thank you, PDP.
No.
Yeah.
But
I know.
But that's just another reason why STDs
Never change. Never change.
Never change. Well, I think everybody has said their piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, we did not.
Yes.
I think we're all good.
Maybe.
There's no piece.
wait.
There's no piece. Here.
Gonzo did it better.
Wait, did it?
Gonzo did it better.
No.
Did you want to say something about it, Bath Mat?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh,
You might have some thoughts.
That's right. We haven't asked him yet.
well, I'm glad you asked. Good evening, mortals. Lord Baphomet will not summarize Level 5 transporter accident, because a summary would imply that this damp sack of narrative offal possesses a plot. Instead, we'll examine the physics, which appear to have been devised by a committee of glue-sniffing shit-gibbons rolling dice inside of a laundromat. Stone Loki, take sips. Lord Baphomet has reviewed the evidence and wishes your liver to survive the prosecution. The episode first establishes that puppets do not experience injury like normal people. La'an loses an arm without pain. Palia is chopped completely in half, sewn back together, and resumes walking as though somebody merely replaced the batteries in a defective sex toy. Their bodies contain stuffing. They have no blood, organs, or conventional nervous systems. Unfortunately, the writer responsible for remembering this wandered into traffic. During the fights, the puppets scream, groan, whimper, and pant. T'Pring's hand is burned, and she eventually admits that it hurts badly. Which part of the polyester contains the nerve endings? Does dismemberment tickle while a minor scorch awakens the secret pain receptors hidden in the fucking batting? Perhaps puppet anatomy operates according to supermarket pricing. Arms are free, torsos are half off, and burns incur an additional suffering surcharge. Whoever maintained continuity has a brain so smooth that thoughts slide off of it and drown in the neck. Next comes weight. The puppets are described as tiny, fluffy, and easily discarded. Why are you looking at me that way? Full-sized people casually pick them up. Their little fists cannot injure anyone, and they lack the strength to open doors or hold ordinary weapons. Later, these same ambulatory bath mitts restrain adult Orions, knock out guards, and reclaim the bridge through physical force. Pick a mass, you gravitational shit-gibbons! If Pike retains the weight of a grown man, the Orion throwing him should rupture a disc and collapse like a deck chair beneath Miss Johnson. If Pike weighs 8 pounds, piling him and 2 other puppets onto an Orion should feel like being inconvenienced by laundry. The episode assigns mass, according to whichever joke currently has its trousers down. When the puppets are attacked, they become dryer lint. When they attack, they acquire the density of a collapsed star. Schrodinger's cat is simultaneously alive and dead. Schrodinger's Pike is simultaneously a feather duster and a fucking Buick. The Enterprise controls are equally diseased. Puppet hands supposedly cannot activate the consoles because they lack the necessary electrical signals, although Uhura says the system recognizes her fingers sometimes. Starfleet's flagship has been conquered because its touchscreen behaves like the soda dispenser at a filthy Taco Bell. Scotty eventually constructs a glove that mimics human conductivity. Excellent. Now replicate the bastard and distribute copies to the rest of the bridge crew. You live aboard a starship with matter replication, industrial fabrication, and enough engineering equipment to fold space. Lord Baphomet owns winter gloves capable of operating a telephone. The Federation has been technologically surpassed by something I purchased beside the register at Walgreens. Instead of making more gloves, these capacitive cockwombles allow pirates to capture the Enterprise while Spock sprints between stations like the only employee who arrived for the breakfast shift. And somewhere Montgomery Scott's ghost is attempting to crawl inside a whiskey bottle and drown himself. Pike is subsequently thrown through an airlock and discovers that puppets require no oxygen. This becomes the tactical advantage used to defeat the Orions. Turn off the life support, protect Spock, and wait for the pirates to collapse. An excellent plan, except the puppets have spent the episode breathing. They gasp at revelations. They become winded during fights, pant after exertion, sigh deeply, and inhale before speaking. T'Pring takes an enormous preparatory breath despite possessing lungs made from a fistful of craft store ass fluff. What exactly is she inhaling? Confidence? Aromatic stuffing? The gaseous remains of the last rider's credibility? If these fuzzy fuck nuggets do not metabolize oxygen, the exertion cannot leave them breathless. If they become breathless, Pike should have emerged from space as frozen as a throw pillow with magnificent hair. The only consistent respiratory system in this episode belongs to the audience desperately sighing at this television episode. The puppets later stroll outside the Enterprise and converse normally in vacuum. Sound cannot travel through empty space, but apparently upholstery has discovered a workaround. The characters themselves point out that talking in space makes no sense, which is the writer's favorite little trick. Acknowledge the stupidity before anyone else can and hope self-awareness resembles competence from a sufficient distance. It does not. If a man shits in the aisle at Walmart, places a sign beside it, yes, this is shit. He has not cleaned the floor. He has merely become a literate public health emergency. Lampshading a plot hole does not repair it, you self-satisfied piss-macocks. It merely hangs a decorative shade over the hole so Miss Johnson trips into it carrying hemorrhoid cream in a sheet cake. Puppet to Pring presents another triumph of intellectual sewage. Her fingers cannot activate a touchscreen because they lack a biological signal, but she can place those same felt sausages against Spock's face and conduct a Vulcan mind meld. Her hand cannot open a door, yet it can transmit memories directly into another person's consciousness. Apparently, Vulcan telepathy operates through Bluetooth, whereas the Enterprise bridge requires a fucking fingerprint. Behold the technological priorities of the future. Psychic intercourse is effortless, but checking email requires a specialized glove. Becoming a puppet also destroys T'Pring's emotional discipline. She screams, rages, and loses control because the transformation has somehow made her more expressive. Why? Was Vulcan logic stored in her kidneys? Did someone remove her restraint gland and replace it with a squeaker? She retains her memories, intelligence, and telepathic abilities, yet her personality now follows Muppet rules because a characterization shit-gibbon wanted her to wave her arms. The script treats puppetry as a material, a medical condition, a personality disorder, and a tactical doctrine, depending upon which interpretation allows the next gag to ooze from the page. Pike eventually announces that the crew can hurl themselves strategically. A puppet cannot throw itself. Y'all, I know everybody on this panel is going to try. Don't do it. A puppeteer can throw it, but the characters are supposedly alive. There are no human operators crouching beneath the deck unless the transporter also created an invisible civilization dedicated to ramming forearms into Starfleet's rectums. These weightless scrotum dolls later propel themselves through space, change direction, and return to the ship without thrusters or tethers. Newton spent decades developing the laws of motion so a room full of franchise-fisting fuckwombles could wipe their collective anus with the Principia Mathematica. The episode finally attempts to conceal all this beneath the revelation that Spock dreamed everything. Dreams may be surreal, but this episode spends nearly an hour presenting a tactical problem with stated limitations. It expects the audience to follow the crew's discoveries and understand how these discoveries produce the solution. Changing every rule whenever the characters encounter difficulty is not dream logic, it's cheating performed by a narrative shit-gibbon holding a crayon between its buttocks. The ending also means that Spock dreamed private conversations he never witnessed, including entire scenes between puppets and Orions elsewhere aboard the ship. His unconscious mind apparently produces fully edited television complete with subplots, guest stars, and reaction shots. Marvelous. Spock is not dreaming, he has become Paramount Plus. The most insulting defense comes from Ortegas, who declares that absurdity is inherent in the premise. Comedy still requires rules, you boiled little stool ferret. Bugs Bunny bends reality, but his jokes contain setups and consequences. The Muppets and this council are chaotic, yet their world remains internally coherent. Even a dead clown launched from a trebuchet must follow a trajectory. Without rules, nothing is surprising. Nothing is clever. Events merely occur because some final draft shit-gibbon struck the keyboard with his genitals and discovered that words appeared. This episode's puppets feel pain until pain becomes inconvenient. They breathe until the oxygen plan begins. They weigh nothing until somebody needs restraining. They cannot operate machinery until a console decides otherwise. Their fingers cannot transmit electricity but can transmit thoughts. They cannot open doors, yet they can conquer armed pirates and navigate outer space. That is not charming absurdity. That is a script-suffering organ failure in public. The artist at Jim Henson's Creature Shop did excellent work. The puppeteers performed magnificently. Ethan Peck deserves hazardous duty compensation for maintaining a straight face while surrounded by sentient upholstery. The craftsmanship only makes the writing look worse. Michelangelo could carve a urinal from marble. but the object would remain somewhere to piss. Lord Baphomet therefore finds Level 5 transporter accident guilty of reckless puppetry, aggravated whimsy, and operating a franchise while intellectually prolapsed. The writer shall spend eternity wearing wet oven mitts while attempting to operate a touchscreen. Every successful input will cause Miss Johnson to cut them in half, stitch their ass to their shoulder, and insist that puppets cannot feel pain. They will be fired into vacuum in order to gasp continuously despite lacking lungs. And when they ask how that works, a continuity shit-gibbon will hang a lampshade from their scrotum and call the contradiction intentional. The executive who approved the dream ending will become Little Ricky's permanent puppeteer. Little Ricky has no lower opening, so access will require determination, industrial lubricant, and an emergency consultation with Dr. Mabenga. Stone Loki, if you've been counting shit-gibbons, remain on your side until the room stops accelerating. I am Lord Baphomet. This is my show. We replaced physical laws with felt and called our awareness of the failure a joke. Fuck you.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Wow, that was enlightening. Yes. Well, if you watched the episode, that was a hell of a diagnosis.
So does that mean that you watched the whole thing?
Well, it is hell.
But that's what I was gonna ask. Is that one of the newest punishments?
But is it gay? Is it gay?
Definitely. Get your eye patch.
Yeah, your
You
eyeball.
see my cybernetic eye?
He's gonna laser us all. Watch out.
Damn right, I'm gonna laser you all.
I thought it was a nipple.
An eye nipple.
You think everything's a nipple? That's why you suck.
Oh, I love this.
Damn.
Nice one.
Nice.
Shot across the bow.
That
Speaking
was
of-
pretty damn good.
Fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah!
I'll catch you on the flip side.